What's going on, team? Welcome back. Today we are talking about recovery, right? The real secrets to muscle recovery is not just supplements and ice baths. All right. So, no amount of cold plunges, massage guns, saunas, fancy supplements can outwork poor nutrition and lack of rest. All right. So, the truth is, a healthy lifestyle is the foundation of effective recovery of everything, right? It all comes back to lifestyle. So if you want to bounce back faster from your workouts, you want to build muscle, you want to lose fat, you want to stay consistent long term, it starts with what you eat and how well you sleep. All right. So there are some recovery tools and tactics that can help, but again, none of them matter if you're not taking care of the basics first. I want you to keep in mind as I go through this is everyone's recovery is going to be different. All right, based on your body type, on your training goals, on your current fitness level. So if you're not sure what recovery methods are best for you, please feel free to reach out. I am happy to help. All right. So first and foremost, recovery foods, y'all. Protein. All right, protein after your workout. So when you train, your muscles experience these small micro trauma tears within the muscle fiber. And so post-workout protein gives your body the building blocks it needs in order to repair that damage and grow stronger. All right, so we don't go to the gym to build muscle. We actually go to the gym to break down muscle, and it's in the recovery where we actually build it because that's where all of that growth happens. And so recent research has like suggests either 20 to 30 to 40 grams post workout is optimal, but there's really no upper limit. All right. More protein equals more potential benefit. And I want to say this, like if you are getting done with a workout and you're like, oh crap, I forgot my workout shake, or I don't have this, I don't have that. Don't freak out. Your gains, right, aren't going to be lost. And actually, more recent research has come out that post-workout protein actually doesn't matter as much as we thought. It's still important, but what's more important than that post-workout protein is your total daily protein intake. So even if, right, so if you hit your post-workout protein, but you're not hitting your daily 130, 140, 180 grams of protein a day, then like that doesn't really matter. We need to up your daily protein, and that will help you drive more results. All right. Number two is carbs. Y'all, carbs after your workout. Carbs are fuel, all right? Your muscle uses glycogen. So that is the stored carbohydrates used as fuel. And replenishing those carbohydrates post-workout does help you recover faster, especially after an intense or long training sessions. And long training sessions are anything over 60 minutes. So if you're not working over 60 minutes and you're not really pushing yourself, then, post-workout carbohydrates, like they're not necessarily as important as someone who goes out for a 2 mile hike or 2 hour hike or a hour and a half lifting session, right? Leg day on crazy, right? On crazy mode. But here's the thing, like knowing where you are as far as fitness wise, like fitness level, that does come to importance, and making sure that you are continuing to progress and continuing to challenge yourself. Again, if you need help with this, please message me. All right. Another one is a daily balanced diet, right? A balanced daily diet, right? It's not just about what you eat after the gym, but it's what you eat all day, right? So to avoid nutrient deficiency and really support muscle repair, you want to aim for minimizing those ultra processed foods. And I'm talking like candy, cereals, pastries, stuff like that, right? Eating plenty of fruits and vegetables and getting at least a 1 gram per pound of goal body weight in protein. All right, we're coming back to that protein. So, making sure that you are eating well throughout the entire day. I'm not saying that you can't have a sweet treat at the end of the day. You absolutely can. All right, but it's making sure that that's not making up the entirety of your diet, right? You want to have good quality protein, chicken, fish, beef, pork, wild game, right? You want to be eating plenty of vegetables of a variety of colors, right? Fruits and vegetables. Fruits are good too. Yes, they may have sugar, but guess what? It's a natural sugar, right? So not all sugar is created equally. So just that's a different video for a different time. But make sure you're eating your fruits and vegetables because each piece of fruit and each piece of vegetable has a different micronutrient profile. Each color, right, of fruit and vegetable have different micronutrients in a variety of ranges. So, making sure you eat the rainbow, not the Skittles, but the rainbow of fruits and vegetables. Now, with recovery drinks, so yeah, you can have a post-workout shake, but water is important too, right? Dehydration actually slows down muscle repair. And if you're sweating heavily or you're working out in the heat or you have a manual labor job where you're working outside, you want to be drinking more water, right? You want to aim anywhere between 16 to 24 ounces of water for every pound lost during exercise. And this is with the ACSM guidelines. So, making sure that you know how much water you're sweating out, how much you need to put back in, again, especially if you're in a high heat, high humidity atmosphere. Which leads me to electrolytes. All right, sweat doesn't just cost you water. It also you sweat out electrolytes. You sweat out sodium, potassium, and other minerals. All right. So again, if you are a salty sweater, or if you are a heavy sweater, or you're working out in extreme heat, you're out in the sun, you're dripping, right? You're dripping sweat. Make sure you replenish with electrolytes. If you are not a heavy sweater, right? If you're a light sweater, you glisten, you sparkle while you work out. I am not one of those girls. I look like a sweaty hot mess. But if you have like that light glisten, then you may not need electrolytes. Again, it comes back to everybody's body is different. So making sure that you know your body well, so you know how to best feed your body, how you best can work with your body. All right. So some supplements that can help are creatine monohydrate. All right. This is one of the most well-researched supplements, the most researched supplements out there. And creatine boosts strength power, but it also helps with recovery, right? So it does help with reducing muscle damage, aiding in the glycogen, right? That carbohydrate replenishment, and lowering post-workout inflammation. It also helps with recycling your energy, right? So ATP, if you remember back to high school biology, ATP goes into ADP and then it recycles. Well, creatine helps that recycling process. Now, going back to protein, all right, talking about protein powder. Now, whole foods come first. Absolutely. Whole foods first. All right. But protein powder is an easy and convenient way, especially the high quality option, to hit your daily intake. So most protein blends offer essential amino acids to help your body muscle repair. But again, not all protein powders are created equally, right? It goes into the processing. How is that protein powder processed? Because that will determine the quality of it. Usually with lower quality proteins, you'll get protein powders, you'll get either really bad gas, you'll get an upset stomach, even like a bubble gut, just like bubbly guts kind of thing. And that's usually an indication like, hey, you probably shouldn't drink that. Like, especially if you're having that discomfort, like you don't need to put yourself through that. Not all protein should have that reaction. And if you do, go talk with your doctor or a registered dietitian and try to figure out like, hey, am I allergic to whey? Am I allergic to casein? Like, whoa, what's going on? But with the protein powders, usually a higher quality protein powder is going to be more expensive because they're not putting out as much product as the lower quality proteins because of the processing, right? Again, it all comes back to the processing. Lifestyle habits, all right? So earlier I had mentioned eating and sleeping. Y'all, get more sleep. All right, sleep is when recovery actually happens. So if you're training hard, you may need even like more than the standard 7 to 8 hours. And poor sleep impacts inflammation, recovery hormones, hunger hormones, and just overall performance. So if you can make sure that you are prioritizing that sleep, put away the screens and just put on an eye mask, put on your sounder, and go to bed. All right. The next one, a lot of you are going to enjoy massage. All right. So while it won't fix major soreness overnight, massage has been shown to slightly improve flexibility and reduced delay onset muscle soreness or DOMS. So, you know, you're like, hey, honey, I'm sorry, my coach told me that I need to get a massage, so I'm gonna go. Right. So there you go. Go get a massage. Contrast water therapy. So this is alternating between hot and cold water immersions. This may help reduce post-workout soreness, but let's be real, it's like this one's more helpful for athletes training at higher volumes than just us regular folk. All right. And then you have cryotherapy. Sure, brief exposure to extreme cold can reduce inflammation. It can reduce muscle fatigue, but like contrast therapy, its effects are fairly minimal unless you're training at a very high level. So you don't need to be spending that money, right, that you don't have in order to figure out this hack to lose these last 10 pounds, to lose the 20 pounds, right? Just making sure that you are nailing down the basics, all right? What are the basics? They're tracking your food, they're hitting your calories and your protein, getting at least 45 minutes of movement in, drinking your water, and prioritizing your sleep. Yes, it really is that simple, those 5 things, right? So if you have not mastered those, then everything else is just trying to find a tip, a trick, and a hack in order to get the results that you want without doing the work. And that's not going to happen. All right. Some things to avoid. All right. Alcohol. All right. So alcohol actually interferes with muscle protein synthesis and it reduces your body's ability to replenish the glycogen after your workout. So in other words, booze slows down your recovery. So, and if muscle gain and performance matter to you, it's best to keep the alcohol at a minimum. All right. So again, like very, very similar to like those sweet treats. If you want a glass of wine at night, okay, have of wine, right? A true glass of wine. Do you know how much that is? Depending on the wine, 3 to 4 ounces. All right, 3 to 4 ounces of wine. Enjoy it. But at the same time, don't drink the entire bottle in one night. So, okay, how long does recovery actually take? Well, it depends, right? It depends on your workout intensity, your fitness level, and your overall health habits. So, a general guide, a light workout, 24 hours. Moderate workout, 1 to 2 days. High intensity workout, 2 to 3 days. All right. Again, depending on, your sleep quality, your nutrition, your stress levels, your exercise volume and intensity, and then training large muscle groups or, lifting at max effort. So you don't get stronger during your workouts. You get stronger when you recover. So if you're constantly sore, you're constantly tired, or you're stuck in a plateau, maybe it's time to focus more on recovery than what you're pushing in the gym. So, bottom line, if you're skimping on the sleep and you're eating like garbage and you're thinking like, "Oh, I need more cryotherapy," or "Oh, I need more supplements." Y'all, let me save you some money and say focus on your healthy diet and a good night's sleep. All right, you do those consistently and you'll be amazed at how much stronger, leaner, and more energized you feel both in and out of the gym. All right, so I'm here to help you make lifestyle changes, right? Not waste your money on tips and tricks and stuff like that, right? You know why? Because I've done it and I've been frustrated with it. So what really helped me fix my life and actually enjoy, right, getting stronger, enjoy building muscle, and actually create a long-term a lifestyle that I enjoy and that I am healthy with is focusing on the basics. Okay. Again, track your food, hit your calories and your protein, Focus on your sleep and get your movement in every single day. Movement, by the way, can either be lifting weights or going for a 45-minute walk. If yesterday you did leg day and you're a hella sore, guess what? Going for a 45-minute walk is just fine. All right. So getting that in, and then let's see, whoa, track your food, hit your calories and your protein, drink your water. Move your body, focus on your sleep. Those 5 things, you do those every single day. I promise you, they will stack up into a compounding effect, and you will be a completely different person in 30, 60, 90 days. So I hope this helps. I hope this brings light to recovery. I know this was super short, fast, here, quick to the point, but I wanted to give you all of this so you can make an educated decision around you, around your body, because everybody's body is different. All right, everybody's life is different. Not everybody's 24 hours looks the same. All right, a single mom of 3 is going to be looking a hell of a lot different than the single dude with cats. All right, two completely different lifestyles, two completely different priorities. The common denominator with that is they both want to be healthy. All right. And that's going to look different for both of them. So if you like this, be sure to join my free Facebook group. This is what this video is for, or you could just stay along. You can hit that subscribe button, hit that like button. I hope this really helps you, and I hope that you implement it into your life so you can live your adventure.